Thank you for joining us today. Hello and welcome to From Lansing with Love. I'm your host, State Representative Leslie Love. Every month we discuss a different topic with interesting guests. I hope you will find this program both informative and insightful. Today's show is something I've learned a lot about since I've been in Lansing and serving as the Democratic Vice Chair on the Committee for Workforce and Talent Development. And that thing is women in the professional trades or the construction trades. Historically, positions in the professional trades sector were traditionally held by men. However, today, women are employed in the trades in higher numbers than ever before. But it's nowhere close to where it could or should be. Nationally, only 3% of professional trade jobs are held by women, yet women hold 47% of all other jobs. We cannot discount the efforts of women in these fields. During World War II, women worked in skilled trade jobs, churning out war materials that helped win the war, while men were overseas fighting the battle. The image of Rosie the Riveter became one of the most iconic symbols of American wartime optimism. The number of professional trade-level jobs in Michigan is expected to grow by 15,000 annually through the year 2024, providing a great opportunity in our state for skilled women to pursue great careers. This is an untapped job market for women. Women who chose to enter into a professional trades apprenticeship program can start out earning $40,000 or more annually without a college degree. You can go to college. College degrees are great, but depending on which career path they choose to pursue, they can even make up to six-figure income for their experience in this trade. So tradeswomen are on the move right now, and I am here with Rita Brown, the founder and national director of Project Accelerate. Project Accelerate is a program in Southeast Detroit that began in 2012 aimed at educating women about the many opportunities within the construction industry. The program starts out broad with an overview of the construction industry, then focuses on specific industry sections such as carpenters, electricians, plumbers, pipe fitters, you name it. So let's get right into it. Thank you, Rita, for being here with me. How are you today?
I am well. Thank you for having me.
Well, this is exciting. So just a couple of weeks ago, last month, I was in Howe at the operating engineers. They had an open house, and that was really exciting to see their campus and the work that they're doing in construction trades. And then we had a follow-up with an expo at the Lansing Center where everyone said, I had to meet Rita Brown. You have to meet her. So Rita, tell me about how you came to create Project Accelerate and your role there.
Oh, goodness. I am the chief Imagineer, I would have to say. And what we do at Project Accelerate is basically just provide a forum for women to experience different opportunities within the construction industry. You mentioned the operating engineers. They were early onset supporters of ours. We absolutely adore them. And they're one of the trades where you can earn a six-figure income after just a few short years within their apprenticeship program, which is exciting because when it comes to women, our considerations for employment, we want to feed our families. We want to take care of those that are around us. So economics being key, we need more women in this industry making money to support ourselves.
So tell us about Project Accelerate. So what does Project Accelerate do?
So Project Accelerate actually builds on the existing programs that are all throughout our industry. We have great training centers. We have wonderful programs that nobody really knows about across the board, right? It's a little bit crazy. So what we do is we just shine a light on all of these amazing programs. We don't reinvent the wheel. What we do is just expose people to it. And the industry has been really supportive of what we're doing. We're all industry funded. We have no governmental funds whatsoever. And some of the more progressive trades have been really excited to be a part of what we're doing.
That is interesting. At the top of the show, I said only about 3% of professional trade jobs are held by women. Why is that? Why are more women not present in this industry?
There's a number of different issues, of course. One of them is understanding that there are opportunities there, and understanding that it's not just the trades opportunities that we believe that our parents had that were traditional.
Like what?
Oh gosh, we're not all ditch diggers in construction, okay? Construction is such a highly technical field at some time. People don't understand that you can use all of your faculties in getting into a project, and there is no better satisfaction than seeing your steel go up, or your walls being raised, or your foundation, you know, that which you had a part of, just somebody walking over it for the next 100 years or so.
Isn't that amazing?
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is. There are some interesting programs to attract women to the construction trades. I've heard of the Magic Camp. Can you tell us about that?
So the National Association of Women in Construction, and we have four different chapters of NAWIC in the state of Michigan. I say we because I'm a part of NAWIC also, and I think all women who are involved in construction industry should be. Runs an experiential camp for youths, young women, for a 1-week period of time where they also get to have hands-on experience with finding out about opportunities in construction. And that reaches out specifically to high school students. Lansing does a great job. They have a Magic Camp every year.
If I'm a woman that's out there that's watching this show that says, I'm interested, what do I do to get involved? Because we've mentioned a couple of projects that seem to be targeted towards young people. What about that woman who's 35 or 27 or 40 for that matter?
Since I'm 23, I don't know.
Right? You still have a lot of get up and going, and you want to make a good
That
living.
is why we started Project Accelerate, because when a woman is 25, 35, 45, 50, our oldest participant to date has been 59.
Oh.
Okay, so we wanted the opportunities in construction to be inclusive and welcoming, because there is a place in construction for anybody who has the desire to be into it and has the drive to get it done. Period. You can be from front office to boots on the ground. It's a whole wide world out there. And at 35, 45, 55, you still have good years left in you. You can contribute, you can learn, you can become anything that you want to be, but you got to know about it.
So I'm that woman, and let's say I want to come into this industry. I've been away from school. Is there any program that kind of prepares me? I mean, do I have to take classes? Is there a test? I've never like really done heights or lift heavy things. I don't know. How do I get in?
So if you want to get into Project Accelerate, it's a free program. We take about 25 women per year because it's all volunteer, and it's funded by our industry. So we run that once a year. You simply go to the portal, pa-mi.org, and fill in the application, and the application is simple. What we're looking for is a desire to get it done, why this would help you in your trek, and do you have reliable transportation? Because you got to get to the program, got to get to a job.
Right, and that seems to be a barrier since I've been doing this work, not only for women but people in general, of transportation and access. And so I think women may also have unique challenges, and that if you're head of household and you have children, and so now you look for child care and you have to, make sure you're there at work every day. Do you see these challenges in the industry, and is there an effort to address those things?
There is an effort to address them. I think that we need to get more women into higher levels within the decision-making process in order to really identify solutions, because it's not going to be identified any other way. It hasn't been in the last 200 years, right? Yeah. And then we change it. Just because we're entering an established field doesn't mean that we cannot change it to modernize what it means to be in that field. And part of that is job sharing. Part of that is trying to figure out, unique hours for working. And I'll tell you, they always say that, it's too difficult on a woman, no upper body strength, all this other crazy stuff. Not true. Nowadays, with all of the mechanisms out there, you are sometimes walking into a robot and doing that heavy lifting stuff that 50 years ago you had to have a big burly guy. Well, now you can have a 127-pound woman lifting 300 pounds without an issue. And tell me that the gals that are running the forklift can't be lifting anything that the guys can be running.
Oh, right, right.
You know?
Yes, I was attending the Black Caucus Foundation's construction expo days, and I got
Love
to
that.
operate a forklift. How you like that, folks? I operated
Did
a forklift.
you get pictures?
They took pictures.
Okay.
And also when I was at the operating engineers training facility, was able to do the excavator. I call it the Big Daddy. It's huge excavating machine.
We are part of the way forward. The trades, construction, building, that is absolutely fundamental to what America is about, right? We have to build it. We can outsource engineering. We can outsource design work. We cannot outsource the physical building of a thing. So that's something. Talk about job security. Oh, benefits? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, talk about that.
Oh, heck, yeah. It's like why are we relegating ourselves as a gender to other professions that may not have the full benefits that the trades have? In the state of Michigan, we're also have a very strong workforce traditionally. Around the country, they look to our skilled trades as being a model for everyone else. But that's because we train well, we've got great benefits, we've got great working conditions. I kind of like it here.
It is great. I mean, Michigan is the place where we laid the first freeway. So we have a
Yes.
lot of first in our state with that Davison. Was it always called the Davison? I don't know, the Davison. But so you had mentioned earlier that these are not just ditch digging jobs. In this program that the Project Accelerate, do you sit at a desk, or do you get your hands dirty, or you do a little bit of it all?
You do it all in Project Accelerate. What we, because we are every woman, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to sing for you; it would be bad.
Okay.
Stop.
All right.
What you do in Project Accelerate is we start out every day with the opportunity for 3 or 4 modules, and each module is encapsulating. We will learn about the operating engineers and the things that they do. You know, some of their assistants to the FBI, for example. I mean, they're first responders. Kind of cool. Kind of, oh, I can't say that word, but badass.
Okay. Yes.
But you go there, and as a woman, you can be really integral to saving lives. How cool is that? We also do things with the carpenters, the electricians. We also learn about programs that programming, computers are huge in what we do. Some of the conversations we need to have is not an either college or the trades. We need to really understand that the trades is simply another path, but coincidentally, you also earn a college degree along the way. You know, because many of the apprenticeship programs are inclusive of a college degree that is paid for.
Right.
I'm sorry, you're just saving $50,000 right there, and getting paid for the time.
I see too that this is a conversation where they both can exist. It's not an either or.
Yes.
It's an and with.
It's a yin and yang. It's a symbiotic relationship. I mean, we should not be adversarial in our conversation. Quite honestly, my parents would beat me like within an inch of my life if I said anything against college, because of course it is the holy grail. But there are many paths to success, and they are inclusive of each other. If you're an engineer, you really need to know a lot of the mechanics that go into construction, and that requires experience. And if you are solely in the trades section, you need to understand what the engineers are looking at all. We need each other. We need to work together.
Absolutely. So it is definitely one of those careers. I think it's symbiotic, as you said, and it's intelligent work.
Yes.
And no one should think that, oh, you know, the construction trades, you know, you can not be so good in school. It all requires dedication, and it all requires intelligent folks working in these fields.
So yes, absolutely. We want the best of the best, but there is an opportunity with dedication, persistence, and perseverance. If you want it, there is nobody who should be telling you that you can't have it.
That's a good place to put a pin in it right there, because it's time for us to take a short break. I'm so glad to have you, Miss Rita Brown, and we'll be right back after this. Welcome back to From Lansing with Love. We have our guest today, Nicole Stallworth, Executive Director of the Black Caucus Foundation of Michigan. It was founded in 1985 as a nonprofit by the Honorable Alma G. Stallworth during her tenure in the Michigan legislature, dedicated to the creation and delivery of service programs to improve the economic circumstances and quality of life for Michigan's African American citizens. One of their biggest events is the annual Construction Science Expo, where students are introduced to careers in construction and engineering, and they pledge to live free of violence, alcohol, tobacco, and other harmful drugs, as well as violence-free. Thank you, Nicole, for being here with us today. I have the pleasure of being at the Construction Expo Day, sponsored by the Black Caucus Foundation, and it was exciting. Thousands of students there from all over metropolitan Detroit, and you are its executive director. Tell us about the Black Caucus Foundation, and how did you start these Construction Expo Days?
Thank you so much, Representative Love, for having me on your show. The Black Caucus Foundation, as you stated earlier, is a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and what we do is develop public policy initiatives and programs. And the Construction Science Expo is really a component of our Bridges to Work program, and so it's really geared towards getting young people as well as adults ready to work. As you know, in the city of Detroit, a renaissance is going on, and we want young people and adults to get the skills that they need so that they can rebuild our communities. How our school-based program really got started, we had an internship program, and a young person actually wrote the white paper to develop our school-based program. He was a student at Wayne State University, and he was interested in developing a positive intervention to help young people learn how to make positive and healthy decisions. And this was during the time when crack had hit our community very hard. And so at the time, Governor Engler, he was in office. He gave us our first funding. We were at Bates Academy in Northwest Detroit. And that program has grown leaps and bounds. At the Construction Science Expo, this is our 7th year. We have exposed over 5,000 young people to careers in engineering and skilled trades. And these young people go through a 16-week school-based program at either a middle school or a high school. They learn decision-making skills as well as soft skills to help them whether they go to college or get into an apprenticeship program. And they pledge to live a drug and violence-free lifestyle.
Do you think our schools are doing enough to prepare young people for this booming economy that's coming forward?
Well, it's never enough. I mean, quite frankly, the training apparatus is broken, and it definitely, needs to be fixed. There is a sense of urgency. We have to quite aggressively get young people and adults trained and ready for these careers. I'm very excited because the Black Caucus Foundation has been involved in the Randolph initiative, and this September we will have an opportunity to train not only young people but adults as well, and get them prepared. Some of the biggest impediments to getting involved is young people not being able to pass the drug test and the skills aptitude test. Excuse me. That's why it's so very important that young people know that marijuana is a drug.
Right.
Nobody is going to allow you to operate heavy machinery or equipment under the influence. You know, I always tell young people, and they joke and laugh, I said, if you were in a car accident and went to the ER, would you want your doctor under the influence trying to save you? The answer is no. So the same thing in these fields. So it's very important for us to continue to educate young people and adults about the importance of being able to pass a drug test as well as the skills aptitude test.
And I noticed that that the students do take a drug-free and violence-free pledge. And can you tell us, though, the audience, how long is the program? How do students get involved in it? I'm sure if I'm a parent watching this and I go, well, I don't know anything about this, how can my child be a part of this program?
If you want your child to be a part, I always tell people, please give us a call at the Black Caucus Foundation of Michigan. Please connect with us. You can reach us by phone. You can also reach out to us at Black Caucus Foundation on Facebook to learn more. Whether you're an educator, a parent, or just are interested in learning more about our programs. The program, it is a school-based program. We have been working with schools in the city of Detroit and throughout Wayne County for the past 18 years. And the school-based program is a 16-week program. And what we do is we partner with the schools. We send one of our trained adolescent development facilitators out to the school, and we use an evidence-based curriculum. And so each week, the facilitator comes out to the school and they facilitate a module. One of those modules being goal setting, another one being making decisions. We teach the 3 C's, which is very important. We also
What
teach
are the 3 C's?
I knew you were going to ask.
Because I come from Marygrove, and it's commitment, competence, and I always forget the 3rd C. But
Exactly, and that's the same model that we have. In addition to that, helping young people understand how to cope with anger, social skills. These are all very important skills. We like to call them social and emotional skills. And these skills help young people not only become college ready, but career ready.
And not to pick on marijuana, but we just want people to be healthy.
That's
and
right.
be present for the moment. And these construction, just driving in to Lansing today, you drove through a construction site. And so the workers have to be careful and alert, as well as the drivers. So I think the general message, and I know that you're getting across, we want healthy in your body and in your mind, and just ready, prepared with the social skills and the awareness, the goal setting that the Black Caucus Foundation through your program that you offer. So I understand that. So I want to also talk about women now, women and girls. At the expo, there were a lot of young ladies there. I saw a young lady with the jackhammer going through the concrete.
Yes.
They were trying to nail the nails in the wood, like, I can do it in 6 hits. So that was really exciting. And in fact, last month I introduced a resolution recognizing the week of May 14th as Women in the Professional Trades Week in the state of Michigan, and that passed the House. And so officially we're acknowledging, and I wanted to take a moment to really talk about women in this industry and where are we going and where are the opportunities. So where do you see the future of women in the skilled trades, in the construction trades?
You know, I get so excited when I see the young ladies at the Construction Science Expo, and they're involved. They're in the nail hammering competition. As a matter of fact, it was a young lady, the mayor and myself, and she beat all of us. And so I think we just have to continue to reinforce that message and reinforce our young ladies to say, you can do anything that you put your mind to. And construction, it varies. You don't necessarily have to be out in the field. It's different levels to it. So just educating them so that they can make good decisions about what pathway that they want to take in this industry, because it is an industry.
Yes.
Construction and engineering are a part of a much larger industry. And these skills, once they get them and acquire them, they can do great things for not only themselves, but for their community.
Is this a traveling job? Is there enough job opportunities in Metro Detroit or in the state of Michigan, or people who get in this kind of profession kind of have to move around where the work is? Because for a long time we weren't doing anything in our state. Now there's this great boom that's happening.
You know, I think about IBEW with the electrical linemen. And if you think about when there's a disaster somewhere, they're calling individuals from all across the country. So there is a clear example of a position where you can travel all around the world. And that's IBEW, the electrical lineman. And although, yes, you do have to, can't be afraid of heights, but girls can do that as well. If not better.
Well, clearly because you're a girl, we're girls, and you're the vice president of one of the largest minority utility line construction companies in the United States. What kind of obstacles have you experienced or you faced as a woman and a woman of color in the industry?
I mean, every single day you show up, there are tremendous obstacles. And what I'll say is you have to go at them with a positive spirit and a smile and have a team behind you. I think it's very important, whatever sector it is, as women, we have to forge together and work together to bust down those doors or break the glass ceiling. And so I say I can't do it alone. I work together with other women to move forward, to move that next generation forward. So is it easy? No, but you have to have a lot of passion and commitment and willing to work with others.
Yeah. So that's great. And being at the Michigan Science Center yesterday and having the opportunity to meet the executive director, who's also the African-American woman who runs that facility, and also the creator of the STEManista project,
Yes.
which is entering its second year. It attracts young girls, particularly girls from 4th grade to 8th grade, to come into the program and be exposed to science, technology, engineering, and math. And they have over 3,000 youngsters participating in that program. I think about 300 mentors. These are women who are in these trades. And so I loved it. It was because there's this kind of courtship happening between STEM and career tech education, and they both are really definitely intertwined, and there's some loving going on there, for a lack of a better word. And I'm excited to see the STEManista project over at the Michigan Science Center in Detroit that's open to people throughout the state, young girls, so you can have exposure. They have a camp. It's a lot of opportunity there, and I was so completely excited. And then you have the Black Caucus Foundation and what you're doing in Construction Trades Expo, Bridges to Home Ownership and all of that. Anything else that you want to share with us about the women in this and the opportunities ahead?
I just would like to say, for young girls, oftentimes when I'm in the classroom, they'll say, well, I'm not good at math. And I always just reinforce them to say, you know what, most people who that are good in math, they're also good readers. And I bet you are a good reader. So I think we have to begin to change those messages with our young women, just to say, you can do these things. And guess what? God has already blessed you with gifts to do them. So just being able to further put them in spaces through the STEManista where they get the exposure. Yeah. I mean, exposure is so very important. I can remember when I was going through school, I wish I would have knew about skilled trades, construction, because I always say you can go to college and you can still have a trade.
Right. I wish I knew how to fix my own car. So I can stop going to the dealership and because if I had that skill and this skill, man, I'd be the best woman auto mechanic you ever seen. And I explain it to you. It's like, well, your catalytic converter has a, no. But this is great. So many wonderful opportunities. Thank you so much, Professor Stallworth. That's about all the time we have for today. And I'd like to once again thank my guests, Nicole Stallworth, Executive Director of the Black Caucus Foundation of Michigan.
Thank you.
And Rita Brown, the Founder and National Director of Project Accelerate, for joining us. And thanks to all of you for watching. If you have an idea for a show or want to be a show guest, please contact my office, and that contact information will be on the screen. Until next time, be good to yourself and each other. And with that, we're all clear and out of here. Goodbye.